What I can tell people is that I was even surprised Filipinos are so friendly. I haven't had any act of racism.
Welcome to the Black Lives in the Philippines. On this series, we're going to be exploring the different Black experience and who they are and how they live their lives in the Philippines.
Thank you very much. I'm by the names of Bruno and I'm from Africa too, Rwanda to be specific. Rwanda, this is our national flag. And I have been here in the Philippines for 3 years and a half now. I'm a medical student at Don La Salle Health and Science Institute. So I live in Philippines in Cavite, das Marinas, for 3 years so far.
What drew you to the Philippines?
As I told you, I'm a medical student, and it's very competitive to find medical schools that can admit you on even international levels, or those schools in some countries, foreign medical schools. So in the Philippines, it's easy to get the admission, and also the fees, I can say that it's fair comparing to other countries. So that's what motivated me to come and study in the Philippines.
What are your goals in the Philippines?
I am a person with a lot of goals, but this Philippines is not favorable for a student to achieve many goals, because when you're a student here, it's very hard for you to work. You don't have a working visa, but still struggling here in the Philippines. I have some goals other than achieving my degrees, because I'm here for 2 degrees, a bachelor's and a PhD degree. So after that, I might find a job here, or even start some business or what. I have that goal, I have that vision and objective.
Prior to coming to the Philippines, did you have any concerns?
Before coming to the Philippines, actually, I wasn't aware about, I didn't know a lot of information about the Philippines. I didn't plan really to come to the Philippines for so long so that I can make some research and be scared. And no. It happened out of the blue, because it wasn't in my mind. I just had a friend here who was doing also medicine. So he told me that it's possible to get admission here. He told me that like 2 months before. So I didn't have time to think more about this Philippines and what. So I was not scared, because coming to the Philippines was like I've been abroad before, so I'm used to it. So I was not scared. It was just normal to me. Actually, I was happy because I got an admission in medical school. So I didn't have any doubt on any kind of problem in the Philippines before coming here.
What's your travel experience like when compared to the Philippines?
I have traveled, but I have not stayed. That's different, because here in the Philippines, I've stayed here for 3 years. When you travel for weeks, months. So the difference, first of all, let me say the language barrier. Because here in the Philippines, actually in this area, which is kinda out from the capital city, they struggle with English. They use their mother tongue. It's very hard, but they try, but it's very hard. That's the main difference. But because I have traveled in African countries, I like traveling in African countries, but the other difference is the cultural difference. Here, some people, there's a difference in culture between African countries and the Philippines, but I have coped up, and I can say that so far so good.
Do you feel Black stereotypes exist here?
What I can tell people is that I was even surprised Filipinos are so friendly. I haven't had any act of racism. or what. Actually, they are into black people. They like it. I don't know. This is different from other countries or other what. They don't underestimate you or what. They care. They are so caring. They're so friendly. That's the first thing I appreciate for the Filipinos. They are so friendly, whether you're black or what. For me, I haven't experienced any act of racism or mistreat, but okay, maybe some of my friends have told me that they have experienced, but for me, in all those 3 years, I haven't. For sure, I can testify that Filipinos are so friendly and they're not racist.
How has your experience in the Philippines been so far?
My experience in the Philippines, first of all, before I used to live with my parents. So when I came to the Philippines, all of the responsibility was on me. That was the best experience I've had here, and it shaped me. I was responsible for my things, responsible for my life, taking decision for my life. That's a good experience for students who come to study here. It's a very good experience. But in the experience of what happened to me here in the Philippines, I can say I have had good experiences because I've made friends, Filipino friends, a lot. I've made some connections in the Philippines. I've traveled. I've had very good experience in the Philippines. I haven't went back home since I came to the Philippines. That means that I've had very good time in the Philippines, and my experience was good so far.
What's the worst thing that's happened to you as a black person in the Philippines?
That it means that you put a limit. You say as a black person, nothing. Even if I can say bad things that happened to me was not because I'm black. No. I haven't experienced any problem because I'm black. No, all the problems I've experienced, even citizens can experience them, or anyone. I cannot say that there's something special happened to me because I'm black. No, as I told you before, I can testify that Filipinos are so friendly and not racist at all.
Was there ever a situation where being a black has helped or saved you?
Actually, that's my life, because if maybe let me go back in the quarantine day. Oh my god, the curfew, when they caught me and in the curfew hours, I say I don't know, I'm black, I'm foreigner, I'm not familiar with this. They let me everything. And when I want to do something so quick without following the bureaucracy, all the steps, I can move to the further step and say I didn't know I have to go past there because I'm foreign, and they understand that. They let you, they give you the service so quickly. That's it. So I can say that I've been saved so many times because I'm black or I'm a foreigner.
What's the best and worst advice you have received in the Philippines?
The advice I've gotten from people, Filipinos or
Any of them.
Okay, let me this question is very hard. First of all, for me, let me be clear, there is no worst advice in my head. I learn in every advice I learn something. There is no worst advice. So if there is no worst advice, all the advice I've been given was good.
If you have the opportunity to come back to the Philippines, will you come back?
It's not that if you have the opportunity, I already have the opportunity, but if the country, because in this country, for me, I cannot come back here to find a job. No, but if they open opportunities for foreign investors, because to invest in the Filipino when you are not a Filipino is very hard. It's very hard. That's why if I come back, if there is opportunities for foreigners to invest, to come and start a business, I can come back. But if it's still in this situation where you can, because in the act here, in the law, only foreigners can do a job that a Filipino cannot do. So that if it's like that, I will not come back. But if they change and put even they open doors for foreigners to invest, to compete with Filipinos, I might come back.
What's your personal view of raising your own family here in the Philippines?
It's a big no. I cannot let my family live in the Philippines because, as I told you before, there is a very big cultural difference between Philippines and my country, a very big one, which is very hard to adapt for people who are not very warm-hearted or people who are soft. And but if they allow to grant us citizenship, I can let them in because there are a lot of opportunities for citizens here, a lot of opportunities here, but that's not the same case for foreigners. So it's not advisable for a foreigner to live in the Philippines when you are not a citizen, when you don't have those papers that maybe can grant you some opportunities as the citizen have. So I cannot let my family live here.
With all this experience, do you feel the Filipinos are ready for blacks or foreigners?
As I told you, that would depend. If someone wants to study medicine as me, I can advise him or her to come here in the Philippines because education here is very good education quality. If someone wants to work, it depends on your goal. If you want to survive, you can come here. If you want to work to be rich, I cannot advise you to come here. You cannot be rich because you can survive, get a job which can pay you 70k and above. But you can, because here in Manila, life there is very expensive. With your salary minus tax minus everything, you can survive, but you cannot get rich. So it might depend on that person's goal and objective. I can advise him accordingly, but I cannot say that I cannot advise you to come in the Philippines. If you wish to have a very good education, they have a very good education. If you can do something a Filipino cannot do, you can come, especially if you speak French. You can come because they cannot speak French. So foreigners here from Africa, they work in French department. So you can come and work for some money and go back, not stay.
In view of what you have experienced, would you advise blacks to come to the Philippines?
This is how Filipinos are. That's even why I say they are so friendly or what. Filipinos, they don't bother you, but also they don't will not they don't get you. They will not help you or what. No, they will not bother you. They not bother you. No, you are there in your peace, no problem. But again, they don't got your back. If you are in messy or what, they don't care. So, but again, they will not bother you, no racism, no what. But if you're in mess, I don't think they got your back or what. No, that one, no. So they are not ready to entertain you as a black or what, because I think, I don't know if I can use this word, but they are kind of selfish. So they are friendly. They will not bother you. They will not criticize you. They will not mistreat you. No, but again, don't depend on them. Don't count on them, for sure.
During the Black Lives Matter movement, do you feel the blacks in the Philippines should have participated?
Actually, I didn't see blacks people participating, but I saw Filipinos participating. A lot of them in the shops here. They put on the posters, Black Lives Matter, Filipinos. Where I didn't see any black people participating. Where can you protest? Here you cannot. So you can participate in your house or in your home, but you cannot go in around here say Black Lives Matter. Oh, who are you? They can even deport you. You are not. If you are a foreigner here, you are not allowed to be in politics, to involve yourself in something that is political. Yeah.
What's your general view about the Philippines?
People who like vacation, Philippines is a very good option or choice for you. There are a lot of places to visit, a lot of beaches, very good ones. For people who like vacation, tourists, I recommend you Philippines. Philippines very I don't know how I can say it's very natural. Yeah, for those people who likes to explore, I can advise you to come to the Philippines. People who want to study medicine, I know everyone who wants to study medicine. It's very hard to get admitted in some, even in our country we're hard away, but here in the Philippines is very very easy, so impossible. I advise them to come. People who can speak French and they want some job, they can come here, work in some call center in Manila and French department. So that's what I can advise some people. Philippines is good, very good. People are friendly. For me, I haven't, but also it's kind of dangerous. You have to be suspicious or what. You don't have to involve yourself in everything, and that's it. Philippines is good. People come visit the Philippines and explore the nature of the Philippines.
Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe and click the bell button for more notifications.